At a small Catholic high school on the east side of Indianapolis, a religious sister faithfully serves. Sister Sheila Hackett has lived in an apartment in St. Francis Hall and worked as the librarian at Scecina Memorial High School for the past 16 years. From cataloging books to helping students and teachers conduct research and even helping to lead a book club, Sister Sheila Hackett has certainly made an impact at the school.
She's an amazing woman, and we've done different things with book club and gone to movies together and lunch and different things, and I just treasure all the time that I've had with her.
She impacted me greatly because she, especially when I was principal and vice principal, I leaned on her a lot for her experience. We've traveled a lot together. She's like part of my family.
So she's just one of those people who, whenever I think about who is somebody I could go to for a laugh or a smile or for some advice, she's that person.
But Sister Sheila's role as Scecina's librarian is only a sliver of a long and colorful life. To get the full story, you have to start in Ireland. Born Anne Sheila Hackett in 1936, the woman simply known as Sister Sheila grew up on a farm in County Tipperary in the southern part of the country.
It was a great place to live. One set of mountains behind me and the other straight ahead.
While growing up in the mountains of Ireland with her parents and two siblings, young Sheila felt called to serve. She would leave her country home and travel across the Atlantic Ocean to the United States for one purpose:
To be a Dominican sister. I knew I wanted to be a Dominican, and I knew I wanted to be involved in schools.
At first, she naturally had misgivings about this calling, but it was persistent.
It just kept coming back to me.
Her parents were not thrilled with the idea of their daughter moving so far away, but they came around.
They were happy about it because they found I was happy.
So at 19 years old, Anne Sheila Hackett became Sister Bridget Marie Hackett. She flew to Houston in 1955, heading to a destination and a future unknown.
Absolute culture shock. I left the farm in South Tipperary and ended up in downtown Houston, Texas.
Sister soon adapted to her new environment and grew from the experience. What helped her? A new sense of community.
You learn a whole lot. You learn how to navigate through all kinds of unknowns.
Sister Sheila spent the majority of her time teaching. She started teaching second grade.
I loved it.
One story from Sister's favorite teaching job stands out.
She was a young teacher who drew a drawing on the board of where the kids had to go in the church. She said when she just drew this and the principal walks in and a little kid came up and pulled the map that would cover the chalkboard, her drawing. And after the principal left, she said this little boy, he was in second grade, she said, "Why did you cover up my drawing? Why'd you pull that down?" He goes, "I didn't want the principal to see how badly you draw."
I never wanted to leave it, but then gradually I got moved up.
Later, she taught high school, where she also helped organize school drama productions.
I cannot sing, I cannot dance, I cannot direct, but I know exactly who to find to do the job and keep the show on the road.
Sister Sheila has been a part of several different schools in 3 different states, and she received an award from all but one.
I don't know how these things come my way, but they do, and I don't think it has anything to do with me somehow.
But those who know Sister's reach also understand the traits that have made Sister's impact on those around her remarkable.
She always has the ability to find the positive and to look beyond the moment, and always is thinking about what's best for students.
After teaching and serving at schools in California, Sister Sheila found herself back in Houston teaching at St. Pius High School. It was there that she made another decision that would change her future.
One day I said to the librarian, I said, one day I'd like to be a librarian. We were good friends. And she said, well, this life or the next?
Sister decided it would be this life, and she enrolled at the University of North Texas, where she earned a library degree. For a time, Sister worked as an archivist for the church, and she even wrote a book about the religious sisters. Sister moved to Indianapolis in 2005 to become Scecina's librarian. Having served in Houston and California, she surprisingly did not mind the cooler climate in the Midwest.
I love it. You have 4 seasons. I look out the window. I know which season it is.
It did not take long for those at Scecina to recognize Sister Sheila's impact. In 2008, she received yet another award from a school. This time, it was Scecina's highest honor, the Father Tom Award.
It was utter shock. I had no clue when they were reading out all these things. I did not know they were talking about me. It's such a privilege to receive it.
There's nobody more deserving in terms of giving her life to other people.
Always proud of her Irish heritage, Sister Sheila has been honored in more recent years by the Indianapolis Division of the Ancient Order of Hibernians, an Irish Catholic organization.
It was really a very humbling experience.
Sister is an active member of the Irish community, and she's also an active reader. A few years ago, she helped found Scecina's Books and Bites Club. For Sister, the idea of joining the club at Scecina was a no-brainer.
Oh my goodness, just to be exposed to books I wouldn't have known about.
After a normal day in the library, Sister returns to her apartment in St. Francis Hall for her afternoon tea.
It's the tea I grew up with at home in Ireland. It is black tea. Nothing fancy.
And with her tea, she relaxes in the living room, where a good book is sure to be waiting.
Feet up!
A few years ago, Sister Sheila helped oversee a major library renovation project. The new library was opened in 2016, and Sister spoke at the dedication. Sister likes to stay active in the Scecina neighborhood. She gets around well, and there's a good reason for that. Sister Sheila walks.
I want to walk because I need to keep my legs strong.
Until just the past couple of months, Sister's goal was 10,000 steps a day. She walks around Scecina's campus, taking in the sights and sounds of the neighborhood. Sister Sheila appreciates nature, and she also enjoys another benefit that walking provides.
Yeah, walking is a good time to ponder. When I looked around, there is nothing old. There's not a stitch of old, except myself in the place. But then I thought, yeah, the ground under me, I'm sure it has stuff added to it, but it was always added to it one way or another. So we are grounded on that ancient past.
Sister doesn't just love to walk, she also loves to travel to new places.
I mean, even as a child, if the car was moving, I didn't ask where it was going, and I still don't.
A few years ago, Sister even traveled with John Haggerty to China.
We had some great times in China.
She thoroughly enjoyed seeing the sights.
It was a fantastic experience. Everything about it.
Of course, with any trip, there's bound to be some stress.
We got into it a couple times in China.
Always thankful and a lifelong learner, Sister surprised Mr. Haggerty and others.
One of the most moving things I've seen with Sister, she learned before she left a speech, or really a heartfelt thank you to Dr. Wu, because he kind of sponsored her going to China. She spoke to him in Chinese, which was amazing.
Sister Sheila has always embraced new experiences. The next chapter for her is retiring from Scecina.
When I sat in this house, turning 85, I thought, Sheila, you've celebrated 21 4 times. Time to go, girl. Move on.
She's preparing to move again, this time back to the convent in Houston, where her sisterhood began decades ago.
The thing is, I love it here, and I made great, really, I mean true friends. Honest to God friends here. But then I'm really excited about getting to Houston. So there's a push and a pull. But thanks be to God, I think it's maybe, for me anyway, the ideal way to retire. Happy where I am and happy where I'm going.
Sister will miss her role in the Scecina community.
Being with a close, warm community here at Scecina, and the kids are great. They are kind. They may get a little loud once in a while, but everybody gets a little loud once in a while. But they are truly, really great kids. I always walk into Scecina happy and I walk out happier.
There's a push and a pull for those at Scecina too. Happy for Sister in her retirement, but also knowing her departure will leave a void.
Anytime that somebody departs who is kind and caring and smart and reliable and helpful, there's a little bit of a gap, and we're going to miss the unique spirit that she brought.
The entire Scecina community is just so grateful that Sister has been a part of our family for all these years.
Sister Sheila may be retiring from Scecina, but she won't stop moving forward or getting back to her elementary school roots.
One of the sisters in that convent is the librarian at school. So I'll probably amble over there. What I might do, if it would work, is have a little story hour for the little ones, the little tots. Wouldn't that be fun?
She also still writes.
I have just a notebook, and I've been keeping it for years, and it's stories of the sisters, from way back to the present.
Sister Sheila has generously given of her time, her positive spirit, and perhaps most of all, her experience. As she prepares to leave Scecina, she offers some final pearls of wisdom.
Just wake up every morning and know that the day is going to be good, and you're going to keep your attitude strong, your head up, and go for everything that comes your way. And be sure to keep God in the mix. God is an almighty help and always there. And just be happy, enjoy life.